Good morning. Please be seated. My name is Leroy Garcia, and I'm proud to serve the people of Pueblo and Colorado as the Senate President, and I'm especially proud to be a member of the Senate's new Democratic majority. It is an amazing honor to be here today and to stand with leaders like Governor-elect Jared Polis and leaders who are dedicated to governing not just for special districts or special interests or a political party, but for every Coloradan. As you know, Coloradans are facing some difficult challenges, but I have absolute confidence that Governor-elect Polis and those leaders with us here today will be able to work with both Democrats and Republicans in both the House and the Senate to find solutions to the challenges that we face. That is what Coloradans expect of their leaders, and that is the kind of leader that Governor-elect Polis is. I would now like to invite the Speaker, Casey Becker, to share a few words.
Thank you, Senator Garcia. Good morning and hello, Colorado. As Speaker of the House, the People's House, I'm proud to join you all today. The sun is shining on our great state, and we once again gather here on the west steps of the Capitol to make history. It's truly an honor to swear in Jared Polis as our next governor. And maybe I'm a little biased, but my colleagues and I in the House are very honored and thrilled about his pick for Lieutenant Governor, former State Representative Diane Primavera. I first met Jared 12 years ago back in Boulder, where we both live. Go Boulder! Woo! Much has changed for all of us and our state in those years, but what has not changed is Jared's commitment to all of Colorado. He, like all of us here, is committed to putting politics aside to get the job done on behalf of hardworking people of our entire state. Each year brings new issues to the Capitol, and this year is no different. But together, we are driven to build an economy that expands opportunity for all, to invest in our future, and to protect the Colorado way of life to ensure we have a Colorado for all. That means as we enter into this new era, we must continue to reach across the aisle and find those sweet spots that will help guide us through these many challenges. This year, we welcome our new governor and a new group of fantastic lawmakers from both parties who will bring important ideas and renewed energy to the Capitol. And it's on all of us to problem solve in the days and years ahead. The eyes of our nation will be upon us as we embark on this new journey together. We are confident of what Governor Polis, his team, and all of us at the legislature can accomplish together. We will continue to govern responsibly and to govern for all. We're ready to get to work. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I now call forth the Legislative Escort Committee for the Honorable Lieutenant Governor Donna Lind. The honorable members escorting Lieutenant Governor Lind are the Honorable Faith Winter, Senate Majority Caucus Chair, the Honorable Don Coram, State Senator, the Honorable Tony Exum Sr., State Representative, and the Honorable Bob Rankin, State Representative. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lieutenant Governor Donna Lind.
this earlier. You over here by us.
Over there?
I think we vacate somewhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now call forth the Legislative Escort Committee for the Honorable Governor John W. Hickenlooper, Jr.
The honorable members escorting Governor Hickenlooper are the Honorable Rachel Zenzinger, State Senator, the Honorable Jack Tate, State Senator, the Honorable Tracy Kraft Tharp, State Representative, the Honorable Lori Sane, House Minority Caucus Chair. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Governor John W. Hickenlooper, First Lady Robin Hickenlooper, and his son, Teddy Hickenlooper.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now call forth the Legislative Escort Committee for the Honorable Lieutenant Governor-elect Diane Primavera.
The honorable members escorting Lieutenant Governor-elect Primavera are the Honorable Carrie Donovan, Senate Majority Whip, the Honorable Kevin Priola, State Senator, the Honorable Adrian Benavides, State Representative, the Honorable Kim Ransom, State Representative. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lieutenant Governor-elect Diane Primavera and her daughter, Kelsey Magnuson.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now call forth the Legislative Escort Committee for the Honorable Governor-elect Jared S. Polis.
The honorable members escorting Governor-elect Polis are the Honorable Dominic Moreno, State Senator, the Honorable Owen Hill, State Senator, the Honorable Jenny Arndt, State Representative, and the Honorable Perry Buck, House Minority Whip. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Governor-elect Jared S. Polis, Marlon Reese, and their children, Caspian and Cora.
Ladies and gentlemen, for those that are able, please stand for the presentation of colors by the National Guard, Color Guard, and the singing of the national anthem by Miss Andrea Neidig.
Ready. Colors. Hope. Present. Arms.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Order. Arms. Post. Colors. Dress. Colors. Ready. Down. Present. Arms. Order. Arms. Right. Face. Forward. March.
Please be seated and welcome Reverend Dr. James D. Peters of New Hope Baptist Church of Denver for our invocation.
Let us pray. Almighty God, we ask your blessing upon our new governor and his family, and for all of those who have run and won their races who will be sworn into office here today. We pray that today will be a sign of things to come for all who yearn for justice, freedom, and equality. My particular focus today is on the fact that this governor, Jared Polis, stands today as one who has suffered as a victim of racism and bigotry because of who he is. We celebrate with him his recent election as governor of the people of the great state of Colorado. The focus of my narrative on this special day is on the beautiful statue of Lady Liberty, who stands in splendor in the entrance to New York Harbor, welcoming immigrants to America. Yes, there's a story behind the author of the poem, which has welcomed so many into the American dream, which awaits those looking to come here for a better life. The author, Emma Lazarus, was a poet, an active, and a respected Jewish leader who wrote the poem as a part of the fundraising effort to help to pay for the base of the statue. The statue was installed and dedicated in 1886, but it was not until 1903 that the last few lines of the poem were inscribed on the plaque and placed inside of the base of the statue. The original poem is called The New Colossus and is 14 lines long, but it is only the last few lines that are often quoted as a dramatic welcome to America. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuge of your seeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed to me, and I will light my lamp beside the golden door. And from 1903 till 2017, these were praised as words to welcome the wearied travelers to America. But in 2017, the White House broke the news that the words should not be America's words to huddled masses. A few years ago, when I was a pastor in Connecticut, I took my first trip to Europe. It was a grand experience. Flight to London, 5 days of sightseeing, excellent theater, Westminster Abbey, even the Queen's jewels. It ended with a 5-day cruise across the Atlantic from London to New York on board the Queen Elizabeth II. Many things about that trip were unforgettable, but as the trip headed toward New York Harbor, a number of people who could tell that I was excited told me to be sure to be on deck as the ship sailed into New York Harbor. They gathered in the early dawn, deeply moved and supremely happy as Lady Liberty came into view. Some applauded, some were crying. Others remarked, "Oh, isn't she beautiful?" Others began to quote the words, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses." I suppose that many of the people were not recent arrivals to America. You probably could not afford a ticket on that trip if you were a new resident. These were probably many who had come through Ellis Island, worked hard for years, and finally were able to enjoy this trip. Immigrants came to America, found good jobs, which some Americans did not want. Their love for this country helped to make us the richest nation in the world, and the Liberty speech gave hope to many millions from all over the world. But today, Lady Liberty weeps because some very important people want to quench the light of her lamp. She now faces the possibility of being knocked from her perch, and her beautiful robes could be shredded and her undergarments made visible to the world. She would be embarrassed, and the great words which have welcomed so many struggling immigrants to America from 1903 until 2017 may soon be gone. We must stop this effort to destroy our most precious symbols about huddled masses seeking a better life. Some years ago, as a civil rights advocate, I gave a speech in one of those men's community program groups in a Midwestern state's major workshop. The theme was civil rights not yet won for many Black Americans. One gentleman had a question. He asked, if I and others in the civil rights movement are so unhappy with the slow pace of the civil rights movement, why don't you start another movement to go back to Africa? Well, I didn't miss a beat. because I had heard that question so many times. I said to him, let me tell you what we need to do before we can even talk about your question. We will talk about going back to Africa when the French go back to France, and when the Italians go back to Italy, and when all of the Germans go back to Germany and give the country back to the natives, then and only then will we talk about going back to Africa. You see, we have all come here in different ships, but we're all in the same boat now. God bless Governor Polis. With you, we all have overcome. And I pray that your election begins a day when the nation will rise up and treat all people as people. Yes, this is this place, America, Colorado, in this new republic, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all are created equal and have been endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, among which are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. God bless America. Amen. My son Jasper, I'm 85 now.
Thank you, Reverend Dr. James Peters. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Head Priest Bahai Satinder Singh of the Sikh Temple for traditional Sikh blessing.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਤੂੰ ਠਾਕਰ ਤੁਮ ਪੈ ਅਰਦਾਸ, ਜੀਓ ਪਿੰਡ ਸਭ ਤੇਰੀ ਰਾਸ। तुम मात पिता हम बारिक तेरे, तुमरी कृपा में सूख घनेरे। कोई ना जाने तुमरा अंत, ऊंचे ते ऊंचा भगवंत। सगल समग्री तुमरे सूत्रधारी, तुमते होए सो आज्ञाकारी। तुमरी गत में तुम ही जानी, नानक दास सदा कुर्बानी। नानक दास सदा कुर्बानी। ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ, ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ, ਦਸਾਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਜੋਤ, ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ। ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਅਪਾਰ ਮਿਹਰ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਹੋਈ। ਆਪ ਨੇ ਪਰਮ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਸੇਵਕ ਜੇਰਡ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਨੂੰ ਗਵਰਨਰ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਬਖਸ਼ੀ। ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਕੋਟਾਨ ਕੋਟ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ। ਤੇਰਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਤੋ ਨਾਹੀ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਜੋਗ ਕੀ ਤੋਈ। ਮੈਂ ਨਿਰਗੁਣਿਆਰੇ ਕੋ ਗੁਣ ਨਾਹੀ, ਆਪੇ ਤਰਸ ਪਿਓਈ। ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਸੇਵਕ ਕੋਟਾਨ ਕੋਟ ਸ਼ੁਕਰਾਨਾ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ। ਆਪ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਮਿਹਰ ਕਰਨੀ, ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਨੀ। ਆਪ ਨੇ ਸੇਵਕ ਦੇ ਸੀਸ ਤੇ ਮਿਹਰ ਭਰਿਆ, ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਭਰਿਆ ਹੱਥ ਰੱਖਣਾ। ਅੰਗ ਸੰਗ ਸਹਾਈ ਹੋਣਾ, ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀਆਂ ਕਲਾ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਨੀਆਂ, ਦੀਰਘ ਆਯੂ ਪ੍ਰਦਾਨ ਕਰਨੀ। ਸੇਵਕ ਜੇਰਡ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਸਟੇਟ ਕੋਲੋਰਾਡੋ ਤੇ ਦੇਸ਼ ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਹਿਣ। ਨਾਨਕ ਨਾਮ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ, ਤੇਰੇ ਭਾਣੇ ਸਰਬੱਤ ਦਾ ਭਲਾ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
This prayer is performed to show our gratitude and love. The blessings are unlimited, and eternal grace provides many new opportunities and responsibilities. May Jared Polis represent us by walking in your light. May he represent the people of Colorado and our beloved nation through guidance from you, Satguru Ji. Our hearts and minds are full of gratitude and love. And may we all act wisely and collectively to make the right decisions that serve and benefit humanity. Nanak Naam Chaddi Kala Tere Bhane Sarvat Da Pala. This prayer request seeks to pray and ask the Almighty for the well-being of humanity, prosperity for everyone, and global peace. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to welcome poet Anne Waldman of Naropa University, who will recite a poem in honor of today's ceremony.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Such a great honor to be here. Thank you. This poem is entitled The Beautiful Negative Ions of Governance for the swearing-in ceremony and historic inauguration of Jared Polis, January 8th, 2019. What keeps us awake and alive? Spirit of a new beginning. Poetry loves contradictions. Walt Whitman said, "The United States themselves are essentially the greatest poem." Let's improve the poem, Colorado. Allen Ginsberg wrote, "Denver, Denver will return roaring across the city and county building lawn, which catches the pure emerald flame streaming in the wake of our auto. But let's not play havoc with the lawn." This is the antithesis reality, spirit of a new beginning. And negative ions, always a linguistic challenge, which are in fact beneficial, marvelous antidotes to toxicity. Negative ions, abundant in nature, crowded in around waterfalls, widespread in forests and mountains. Oh, oxygenated ions, they neutralize free radicals, balance nervous system, revitalize cell metabolism, clear the air. What keeps us awake and alive? This is the antidote to dystopian reality, here in our wonderful state of continental divide. Another paradox, as we want to unify East and West, invoking powerful sister bodies of water, Pacific and Atlantic, and also the snaking Colorado River, one of the lifelines our state poetically named in Spanish for this ruddy silt, Colorado. Victory in this purple state, open to all with a big blue sky above. Look up. The epic belongs to the visionaries. Our precious climate, our precious elemental world, our magnificent topology. This is the antithesis reality, antidote to psychotic dystopian governance, antidote to unethical, unlawful, homophobic, misogynistic, racist, sexist, elitist, disaster governance. Humanity on the brink with crisis, with syndicates of greed, worlds in collision, who's in charge? World watching from its fraught cocoon, floods, earthquakes, fires, famine, wars, roiling destruction, cruelty, poverty, migration crisis, education crisis. We are called to respond. Welcome to the poetry of accountable governance. What's in a name? Polis, from the Greek, is a city-state or society characterized by a sense of community, a body of citizens. Polis, leading to the common good, common ground. Plato's republic conjured here in our auspicious Acropolis, our cosmopolis, citadel of tolerance, openness, intellect, and vision, a new kind of nation state. This is the antithesis reality, a world worth living in, plus crystalline lakes, desert-like sand dunes, aspens shining, autumnal golden pennies shimmering in the breeze, cottonwoods over creeks, elegant with their damnable allergens, bighorn sheep in high meadows, pronghorn that roamed how many millennia ago, solo grazing moose you don't want to provoke, rutting elk that scores hieroglyphs on barks of tree, rubbing antlers into secret inscription, forest, mountains, high plains, mesas, canyons, plateau, tundra that once was ocean, ancient telluric mysteries, and home to fulsome culture way back over 14,000 years, ancient Pueblo peoples and noble Ute, Apache, Comanche, Arapaho, Cheyenne. Feel the faint breath of the air in which human beings and other planet denizens live their lives here. This is the new year of the antithesis reality, summoning unification on our continental divide. This is the year, this is it, the inauguration of Jared Polis. These are the beautiful, reinvigorating negative ions of governance, of sane stewardship. The stage, the arena, the continuum, the incubator, a vision that includes us all, not a dream deferred. Promise going deep inside our skulls, little theaters of hope and fear. This is the antithesis reality, a beginning again. Let's help turn this torqued, troubled nation around. Transparency as opposed to insularity, leadership and compassion as opposed to exploitation, cynicism, and cruelty. This is the victory reality while we still have a chance. Take this to Washington, too. Evoke the natural world we can't lose touch with, still so vibrant and begs our help. Don't tarry, don't tarry. Invoke the consciousness, the mind of that world, the spirit dralas of elemental presence. Colorado is awake now in its own populace, its own promise. We are asked with transmitting and tasked with transmitting the endangered spirit of the earth and our endangered humanity. We never know how high we are till we are called to rise. And if we are true to form, our statures touch the skies, wrote Emily Dickinson. This is the antithesis reality, antidote to atrocity. Breathe in the beautiful negative ions of true governance. Breathe out the efficacy of what we may give generously to the world. Governor-elect Polis, in good body, mind, spirit, lead us well. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the spiritual leader of the Ute Mountain Ute tribe, Mr. Terry Knight, who will deliver a traditional Ute blessing.
Mike, ai akbar onikian tawai. Bat guru mamu so ne to aviak jayan state of Colorado to ve masen karupan. Bat guru Mike to aruyan. But which one? Just want to say hello. It's a good day to be here. I'm glad and honored to be doing this blessing today for the new governor, and just want to say thank you for all of you, and thank you to the individuals that asked me to be here to do this. as we have done before. So I'm not going to take too long. Think with me and ask the Creator to give a good blessing to the new governor, his family, and the government here, state government, and for all of us that live here in the state of Colorado. So think along with me. Wai monam chatu kune pugat nomor makatum reis bavchnam tawat nea nova nuar kot ab vea nikia numuya yan vea supar kwa mai sumai ke kurong wat rotia ro vea tu kurone yan pak wat yan yan art watche art wavi vea the state of Colorado kora manikia wat manikia some man maut nasho kia put kia tamo kia Mukau chapu paru sekawan te sona te noa that numuyaru yan tamokai numuyaru mikai kuro that eidu poro tmasga mam mawa robatum ekapchum maw tenikauchum puparu mine pupa shumine namui re namui manoko that ratumu te yan the state of Colorado tmasga mukawan maganusak ayako Vana Munikian, the way, did the way. People no Munikia, no may no water, my van, ma rock row, no may no chill, mamma rock, waits num to Puka, Pupa, Pau Puka, Vanikia, Shiva Puka no arquas, the way ra, Nanama rouchum, Nanama Rikiauchum, Ve yan chetu mavan, che Pupa Kamaro Makan, Chemawat, Mamma rouchum, Aidupa. Tupa, Mikaut, to run over to Numia to moisten of it. Magana cycle of water, Jayan, so to take back, no earth van, ma, money vat, ma, moke patch, Tupa, Upa crew, Roba crew, till Mike and Anum, Tupa, Mike and a che vat, Jet whoop my what, Magana cycle of what, walk number up, where kika, Magano soda. Help me like this. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations. Well, thank you for your attention to go along with this blessing. And few words goes a long ways, you know. But it's not only for them, but for all of us. Just want to say that, Numa. Thank you all. Thank you.
I now call upon Chief Justice Nathan B. Coates of the Colorado Supreme Court to administer the oaths of office. First, I call Secretary of State-elect Jenna M. Griswold and her partner, Mario Cardeno.
Okay, I think I can do it this way. Pass that here.
Repeat after me. I, Jenna Marie Griswold,
I, Jenna Marie Griswold,
do swear
do swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
and the laws of the State of Colorado,
and the laws of the State of Colorado,
and will faithfully perform the duties
and will faithfully perform the duties
of the Office of Secretary of State,
of the Office of Secretary of State,
upon which I am about to enter,
upon which I'm about to enter,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
I now call forward Treasurer-elect Dave Young and his wife, Dr. Mary Young.
So I guess they're going to put you in the same place around here, probably. All set? Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Dave Young,
I, Dave Young,
do swear
do swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
and the laws of the State of Colorado,
and the laws of the State of Colorado,
and will faithfully perform the duties
and will faithfully perform the duties
of the Office of State Treasurer,
of the Office of State Treasurer,
upon which I am about to enter,
upon which I'm about to enter,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. Can you make it without tripping?
I now call forward Attorney General-elect Phil Weiser and his wife, Dr. Heidi Wald.
Can you make it out here? Let's let you get this way. There you go. All set? Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Phil Weiser,
I, Phil Weiser,
do swear by the ever-living God
do swear by the ever-living God
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
and the laws of the State of Colorado,
and the laws of the State of Colorado,
and will faithfully perform the duties
and will faithfully perform the duties
of the Office of Attorney General,
of the Office of Attorney General,
upon which I am about to enter,
upon which I am about to enter,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. I'll sit now. That's quite a son.
Please join me in congratulating Attorney General Weiser, Treasurer Young, and Secretary of State Griswold.
Oh, yeah.
I now call forward the Governor of the great state of Colorado, John W. Hickenlooper.
so many familiar and warm faces. 8 years ago, I stood almost in this exact same spot. It was so cold, the Colorado Air National Guard had to cancel the flyover. Its jets couldn't take off on the icy runway. When a flock of geese flew by, Representative Don Coram, now Senator Coram, observed and whispered rather loudly, "Already cutting the budget." It was a metaphor. Colorado was failing to launch. It was a broken economy, and we had to make soul-crushing budget cuts. And soon into it, there was loss, needless loss. Those first 4 years were the hardest. There was drought, then 2 years of the worst wildfires in our history. In the midst of those fires was the shooting in that movie theater in Aurora. Then came the biblical flood, and we saw so many bridges and roads crumbled and gone, houses and trailers, cars and bikes and children's swing sets, twisted, scattered, washed away. But then I saw something else. I saw that the good was not broken. I watched our National Guard helicopters swoop down and land on islands in the middle of communities that otherwise were almost completely underwater. I saw the heroics of the first responders. I saw Coloradans finding ways to reach one another, to check on one another, to support, and at times literally carry one another. I saw broken bridges and roads, but I didn't see a single broken spirit. I saw community. I saw kindness. I saw love. It was, in a way, the rainbow after the floods from the book of Genesis, a sign of God's covenant. I realized there really isn't anything between us except what we choose to put there, and we are connected to the very best of ourselves when we are connected to one another. Over these last 8 years, I have drawn strength and inspiration from this state's grit and determination, from the grit and determination of all of you, from your values and heart. You've taught me and my family what it means to not only love one's home, but to care for it, to not only respect one's neighbors, but to show up for them and to show up for their families. Today, we have the best economy in the country, more jobs than ever, gone from 40th in job creation to the first economy. We're healthier than ever, with more access to health care than ever. We've built bridges, roads, trains, bike lanes, but we have a relentless necessity for more infrastructure to accommodate our growth. We are indeed the best state for outdoor recreation. We've cleaned up our air and our water to a staggering degree. We've reversed decades of emissions growth, perhaps on a per capita basis as well as any state in this country. And we'll be closing 1/3 of our remaining coal plants in just the next couple of years. I think Governor Polis has plans for more. Colorado has become a mountain of opportunity, attracting talent from all over America, from all over the world. Amazing people, like my remarkable wife, Robin, who came from California. You should cheer for that. This is a place where anyone can be whatever they want, wherever they want, whenever they want. Whether it's an artist, an entrepreneur, farmer, a good parent, or even a humble brewer. We are a place of reinvention. Not too long ago, we were looked at from around the country almost with pity. Today, I think we're looked up to with a certain reverence. But challenges never go away. The journey of improvement is one that never ends. There's an unrelenting urgency in the needs we face today and tomorrow. And Jared Polis is just the person to lead us.
I, Jared Polis,
It is this state's, it is all of our great good fortune to begin the inauguration of Jared Polis as the state's 43rd governor. He spent much, well, I'd say most of his adult life working on some of the most pressing issues of our time, from climate change to the arc of lifelong learning. He listens and collaborates. He keeps disagreements to the issues and values process over partisanship. He's curious and creative. He's bold. It's really coded into the DNA of all entrepreneurs, I think. And Jared is a true entrepreneur. From years of successes and failures, to know that we don't have all the answers, but we can work harder. We can listen to people smarter than we are and never settle for good enough, because good just isn't good enough. Jared doesn't focus on conservative ideas or liberal ones. He doesn't push an agenda with fear. His vision is rooted in the hopes of all Coloradans. And I am truly honored to be allowed to pass the baton in one of these greatest of traditions in American democracy, to pass the baton to a person and a team I respect and admire so much. And later today, I will go home to my wife, my remarkable son. When I came up here 8 years ago, he was half his age and half my size. That's not the case anymore. I'll go home to my wife and my son as a husband and father, private citizen, Coloradan, with a full heart, but never more excited than I have ever been about our future in the hands of Governor Polis. It has been the greatest gift to be your mayor, to be your governor. Thank you for taking a chance on me. And one last time, giddy up. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I call upon Chief Justice Nathan B. Coates of the Colorado Supreme Court to continue and administer the oaths of office. And I now call forward Lieutenant Governor-elect Diane Primavera and her daughters Kelsey and Doris Magnuson.
Let's come through this way. Everybody set? Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Diane Primavera,
I, Diane Primavera,
do swear
do swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
and the laws of the State of Colorado,
and the laws of the State of Colorado,
and will faithfully perform the duties
and will faithfully perform the duties
of the office of Lieutenant Governor,
of the office of Lieutenant Governor,
upon which I am about to enter,
upon which I'm about to enter,
to the best of my ability.
the very best of my ability.
Congratulations. Can you make it through here? Nice to meet you. Hi, congratulations.
Well, I first of all just want to say a couple of words. First thing I want to do is thank Jared Polis for having faith in me and picking me to be his lieutenant governor. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. And I also want to thank my two daughters who have really been my reason for living. If you'd asked me 30 years ago if I would ever have been up on this stage as a lieutenant governor, I would have told you that that was a really cruel joke because I was diagnosed with cancer, told I wouldn't live 5 years. But I had great medical care, I had a wonderful family, I had great friends, and participated in a groundbreaking clinical trial. I'd always devoted my life to people with disabilities to make sure that they could get what they needed out of life and participate fully. But once I was diagnosed with cancer, I redoubled my efforts to make sure that people who were marginalized had everything they needed, and that people who got sick through no fault of their own would be able to get well as I did. I had the gift of my life back. So I just want to thank Jared again, thank all of you for your support for us, and I'll do my best as Lieutenant Governor.
I now call forward Governor-elect Jared S. Polis and Marlon Reese.
That's not part of the oath. Y'all said? Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Jared S. Polis,
I, Jared S. Polis,
do affirm
do affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
and the laws of the State of
and
Colorado,
the laws of the State of Colorado,
and will faithfully perform the duties
and will faithfully perform the duties
of the office of Governor,
of the office of Governor,
upon which I am about to enter,
upon which I am about to enter,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
That's a little bit loud, isn't it? My goodness. Okay, I'm going to take a selfie of all of us first here. Everybody smile. Hello to our friends in Civic Park. I hope you're not deaf yet. And of course, I got to tweet out that picture. It's a positive, great image of people being happy. We tweet happy, fun things to cheer people up. My fellow Coloradans, it is with amazing gratitude, humility, pride, optimism for our future, that I speak to you for the very first time as Colorado's 43rd governor. I'm honored by this great responsibility, and I'm humbled by your trust. And I must begin by saying I'm very conscious of the fact that there were many brave people over the years who made it possible for someone like me to be standing here giving a speech like this. And I'm grateful and indebted to those who came before me, who struggled for equal rights, who stepped up for public service in all its forms, who made difficult sacrifices and worked faithfully towards a brighter future for our state, our nation, and our world. Right now, our nation is experiencing a period of growing divisiveness and rising tribalism. But here in Colorado, we choose a different path. Here we have come so far, we've climbed so high, we've done so much, not just to say, but to show that we reject the negative and divisive brand of politics. From the governorships of Roy Romer, Dick Lamb, Bill Owens, and Bill Ritter, all of whom have joined us here today, we have a well-kept tradition of embracing politics built on collaboration and integrity under the strong and steady leadership of my extraordinary predecessor, John Hickenlooper. We have transformed Colorado's economy into the envy of the nation. We've plowed through the tough times together, and we've overcome them. When we faced devastating floods and wildfires and a recession, our communities came together. We rebuilt what was lost, stronger, more ready for the challenges of an unknown future. And even as the most destructive politics have sadly and tragically taken root elsewhere, here in Colorado, we have and we will move forward together. Colorado for all. Our mission now is to build on the legacy of John Hickenlooper and his predecessors to make Colorado's success work for everyone, from Grand Junction to Yuma, from Trinidad to Fort Collins. We as a people have decided that there's no reason to let our differences divide us. Rather, we've embraced the idea that, of course, no two people are exactly alike, and we've decided to celebrate our differences. They make us stronger. Colorado for all. Diversity in all its forms makes our state healthier and more prosperous. We complement one another. We learn from one another. We make each other better. And in that work, we respect each other's rights, sharing a common faith in our abilities and our future, while having real conversations about how to make progress. You know, the greatest part of the campaign that I ran was the opportunity it gave me to meet and hear from Coloradans all over our great state. Entrepreneurs, farmers and farmhands, ranchers and union workers, teachers and students, parents, faith leaders, people from all walks of life. And what I heard from them was our iconic Colorado spirit of optimism and love for our state is alive and well and vibrant, but so too is uncertainty about our own lives in a changing world. Everywhere we went, we heard that despite our booming economy, for many it's getting harder and harder to get ahead or to get by with the rising cost of living that's made it harder for folks to pay for quality health care or provide their kids with a good education or ever afford to buy a home in the community that they love, no less save for retirement. Our mission now is to make Colorado a place where all families have the chance to thrive today, tomorrow, and for generations to come. You know, when my parents came to Colorado in 1970, a few years before I was born, and I have to say I was moved by Reverend Peter's words that evoked the journey that my great-grandparents made to Ellis Island across the Great Pond to this shore, and allowed my parents to grow up as Americans, moved to Colorado in 1970. They were brought by the same prospect that brought so many to this state, the opportunity to fulfill their dreams. My mother actually wrote a book, Coming to the Mountain, Dear Friends. They started a family, and they built something from nothing in this incredible place that we call home. My parents showed me what the American dream is all about. They showed me what the Colorado dream is all about. They showed me how important it is to seize opportunity, to dream big dreams, and to always work towards something great, not just when it's easy, but especially when it's hard. You know, I remember when I was starting out, having the idea to launch an online direct from the grower flower business, or starting a new public charter school in Colorado to help English language learners learn English and get a high school diploma. Some people told me that these things couldn't be done because they hadn't been done before. But if anything, the naysayers lit a fire that would lead me to success. I had the ideas, and when I hit stumbling blocks, I always brought in the smartest and hardest working people that I could find, never taking no for an answer. And guess what? Together, we found a way. I learned that if you have a bold idea, and if you fight for it with conviction, integrity, creativity, and optimism, then truly anything is possible in our great state and in our great country. And today, I believe there's nothing that Colorado needs to do that Coloradans can't get done. There's nothing wrong with Colorado that what is right with Colorado can't fix. This Thursday, I'll detail what our administration will do to address Colorado's challenges in the State of the State address. But today, I want to tell you how our administration will approach every challenge that we face during my time in office. We will always view problems as solutions waiting to happen. There will always be seats at the table for those with constructive input from different perspectives, and though our perspectives may differ, we will work hard to create solutions together. We will always value bold ideas and new approaches. We will never, ever be outworked. We will never be slowed by indecision or held back by fear of what lies ahead. We will never be stunted by a lack of imagination. And we will pursue our goals always with joy, with optimism, and with endless faith in the great people of Colorado. As the Irish poet Arthur O'Shaughnessy charged us in Ode, we are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams. We are the movers and shakers of the world forever, it seems. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is on us. And now, we will get to work. We will get to work building an education system that provides every child with the opportunity to unlock a bright future that they deserve. We will get to work building a healthcare system that ensures families don't have to choose between losing their homes and losing their healthcare or their life. We will get to work building an economy where Coloradans from all backgrounds have the opportunity to pursue good paying jobs, fulfilling careers, and pay less in taxes. And we will get to work protecting our precious air and water and land and making sure that every Colorado family can live a great Colorado life with clean air and cheap, abundant, renewable energy and a bright future for all of us. And finally, let me just say from the bottom of my heart, Thank you to the people of Colorado for this opportunity. Thank you for placing your trust in our bold, positive vision for the future. And to all of you for coming out today in Civic Park and here on the Capitol steps to join us as we begin the work of transforming that vision into reality. Thank you, Governor Hickenlooper and Lieutenant Governor Donna Lind, not just for your work in office, but for your work to make this transition as smooth and seamless as possible and leading the way to a Colorado that's ready to make even more progress and build on your success. Thank you to our amazing Lieutenant Governor, Diane Primavera, who by God's grace is with us 30 years after her fateful diagnosis and has become a fearless healthcare leader and patient advocate. And I'm so proud to work with Diane every day to help make sure that everybody can afford healthcare in our great state. I want to thank outgoing Attorney General Cynthia Kaufman, Secretary of State Wayne Williams, and Treasurer Walker Stapleton. We are grateful for your service to our great state of Colorado. Thank you to my fellow elected statewide leaders who took office here today, Attorney General Phil Weiser, Secretary of State Jenna Griswold, and Treasurer Dave Young. The people of Colorado and I could not ask for a better partner to move this state forward than our other state constitutional officers. And thank you to the members of the great Colorado legislature who are here with us today. We are ready to roll up our sleeves and get to work to prepare to deliver real results to the people of Colorado in the coming days and months and years ahead. Thank you to my parents, Susan and Stephen. You can't miss my mom. She's the one with the bright blue hair. They've done a lot for me and my brother and sister, but the greatest gift of all was coming to Colorado so that Jordana, Joreen, and I could all grow up calling this amazing, incredible place our home. And thank you to my partner, Marlon. And our two great kids who give me more inspiration and support than I could ever ask for to do this important work. You know, days like today are about a lot more than speeches and prayers and poems and ceremonies. They're fundamentally a celebration of the peaceful transfer of power and the sacred democratic principles guaranteed by our Constitution and our republic that continue to sustain our republic through thick and through thin, through good times and through bad, to this day. These common values enable us to come together around our shared love of Colorado and our commitment to our future. They open the door to everything that's possible when we work together to bring about real change. So let's walk through that door of opportunity together for every Colorado family that, like mine, is lucky enough to call this great state our home. Thank you. God bless you, and God bless the great state of Colorado.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the Colorado National Guard Color Guard will now present flowers on behalf of the 5,400 soldiers and airmen of the Colorado National Guard. Red roses will be presented to First Lady Robin Hickenlooper and Lieutenant Governor Donna Lind, representing the outgoing command and their bonds of loyalty and affection to the service members of the command. The red roses also signify their departure from the command. Yellow roses are being presented to First Gentleman Marlon Reese and Lieutenant Governor Diane Primavera as representatives of the incoming command, showing the friendship and welcome on behalf of the soldiers and airmen of the Colorado National Guard on becoming part of their family.
I now call upon Tulawanami Abuwuli, who will recite a poem in honor of today's ceremony.
Hello, my name is Toluwanimi Obiwole of Lagos, Nigeria, but I really am very happy to be able to call Denver one of my homes. I'm really, really honored to be here today. And just want to say, to introduce this poem, that the cultural and socioeconomic and other intersectional diversity and determination of people seeking positions of leadership on all levels, not for the sake of power, but because what they have been dreaming of is better than what they see, gives me hope. As a young Nigerian woman painting and writing her way through the shotgun barrel of this country, my lifestyle, according to my family, is impractical at best and selfish at worst. Nothing close to the status quo safety my parents want so desperately for me out of love. Those of us who are challenged daily simply for the nature of our being are tasked with learning to live so fully and harmoniously even as our existence subverts. This is important work. The more you live fully as yourself, the more space you make for others to do the same. So this poem is for the disruptors. No one acknowledges the power of the ones told to be quiet until they devour everything. I am learning this, how to be unapologetically black hole, how to pursue everything that my heart laces up its shoes to chase, how to eat and hold my roadblocks as dead flesh in my teeth, grinning. Be humble, they will tell you. Shine a little less brightly. Who told you you could say that and in that voice? Don't you know what happens to those who try to absorb the sun? I say, yes, photosynthesis, revolution. Watch me work. Queer every space I walk into with the glint of my skin, the unrelenting snap of my tongue. Every way I am unmarketable. My dreams, my work is bigger than whatever wants to buy it. If the world does not love me, but all my dancing feels true, I glide on. In this I have no fear, and that is freedom. If my agency kicks against your cages, maybe ask where you stand. The time to interrupt is here. The medicine I give to the world exposes the wound. We cannot heal if we are complacent. Many men want war to change the world without fighting the first one within. Wrestle with the shadow to see where the light is. Are you living truthfully? Is there a dream rotting in your pocket? One that didn't fit the mold, one you shrug at during family dinner. We no longer have time to tuck and fold ourselves into stories we have outgrown. Now is the time to treat our dreams as life instructions. Dream mothership dreams, not of escape, but internment neighborhood turned intentional community. I dream imaginative dreams in which I believe myself, in which I do not use the word imagine as a curse or a thrown bouquet. I say to the mirror, I am not wrong, and it becomes a dream. I walk like any path I go down will be the right one, and that dream spills over into alchemy. If the blood is a vineyard of our mother's tendencies and our father's silence, then the body also is a museum of hope. I am gathering my grandmother's prayers. I live to leave an even more buoyant dream for my children. I pull them from my body like fire, fill my throat with them and speak. How can I stay quiet? How can you?
I now call upon Rabbi Susan Miller-Rines of Temple Sinai of Denver to perform the benediction.
Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, our God and God of all generations, as we conclude this momentous and historic ceremony, we ask for your blessing upon those who govern the state of Colorado. Guide and protect Governor Jared Polis, Lieutenant Governor Diane Primavera, Attorney General Phil Weiser, State Treasurer Dave Young, Secretary of State Jenna Griswold, and all who continue to serve in their elected or appointed positions. Endow them with insight and good judgment as they address the complex issues that challenge our society. Strengthen them with fortitude and confidence in their noble endeavors. Entrust them to be mindful of the universal morals and values that supersede partisan concerns, to remember that all people are created b'Tselem Elohim, in the divine image, irrespective of race, religion, gender, ethnicity, and sexual orientation. Inspire our leaders to govern with kindness and compassion, to pursue justice and right, to seek fairness and equality, and to lead by example, so that our state truly will be Colorado for all. God, we also ask for your blessing upon the families of those who govern the state of Colorado. Imbue them with patience and understanding, and with the knowledge that support of their loved ones is vital to the well-being of our state. And God, for those whose terms of office are completed, may you continue to bless and protect them and to guide them from strength to strength. Many of our faith traditions teach that God's blessings are inherent within each of us, that it is we who activate those blessings through thoughtful words and considerate deeds. On this day of inauguration, may we all feel blessed, and may we pledge to bless one another as we recite these ancient words. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God bless you and protect you. May God deal kindly and graciously with you. May God bestow divine favor upon you and grant you a sense of wholeness, contentment, connectedness, and peace. And let us say, Amen and Mazel Tov. We welcome from the Hebrew Educational Alliance in Denver, Rabbis Bruce Dahlin and Solomon Grunwald, who with Shir Chadash will lead us in Oseh Shalom, a prayer for peace. Yai dai 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 dai. 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 Yai dai dai dai.
Peace in the heavens, grant peace upon us and all who dwell on earth, and let us say Amen.
Oh, say shalom, bimromav, huya say shalom. May the one who makes peace in the high heavens make peace for us and for all who dwell on earth. And together we say, Amen.
Please join me in giving another big round of applause for our new governor, Jared Polis. With Governor Polis in the governor's office and Democratic majorities in both chambers, we have an unprecedented opportunity to make real differences in the lives of Coloradans in this great state, and we will. Governor Polis, we look forward to working with you to ensure that we move every community across this great state forward. To everyone who was able to join us today to celebrate this historic moment, we thank you. We hope that you will be able to join us in the receiving line in the West Foyer at 12:40. I now call forth the Legislative Escort Committee to receive the Honorable Governor Jared Polis and Lieutenant Governor Diane Primavera. Please come forth to escort our governor to the Capitol.
Thank you.